All right, welcome back to Just Another Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler the Comic. I'm joined by Melvin, Christian, and Marlon Mack.
Yes,
How you guys doing today?
absolutely amazing. I love you.
Let me turn this on. Now try it.
Absolutely amazing. I love you.
That's way better. Yours doesn't have a switch, right?
It has one. I think it's on.
It's already on? All right, cool.
But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm great.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you out here.
Yeah, this
All right.
Very good.
So we just performed at STL Comedy Studios. How do you guys feel about it?
Felt good, like this is the cutest wedding hall I've been to in a while.
Yeah, it's a great place. I really enjoy it. Nick and Angie are great people to work with too. I don't know if you got a chance to meet Nick and Angie, but have you guys been to St. Louis before? I know this was kind of a first time for some of you, right?
I mean, I came here for like a trip in 8th grade, so I've never been here for comedy. Like when I came here last, we fucking went to the Arch, went to a museum, and then like went to get some food, and then like left like the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for me, first time in. I got my Freaks Magna already. Like, I went to a gift store. That's it. That's what I do.
Yeah. And so, how long have you guys been doing comedy?
So I've been doing comedy about 5 years.
5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in total, like 9, but
9?
in English, 3.
Is that like dog years? How it translates? Like 3 into 9?
The thing is, like, I don't know because, like, obviously I have to change like everything, like.
Yeah.
But you have like how to write a joke because you've been doing it for 6 years.
Right.
But the culture and the language change, so it's like it's like starting from zero, but with some tools. It's like whatever game like when you finish
Plus.
it and then New Game Plus. I feel like that. Yeah. Like I'm starting from scratch, but I know I have some skills already.
Yeah, I feel like because masculine, feminine, and like so many setups, you have to do things backwards. So it's like a whole different workout. So I guess when you come to English, it's a little bit easier. But there's so many slang, and like in your set, the letters, it's so many other things you got to learn. So it's definitely a curve that I'm sure is. Do you enjoy performing in?
I actually enjoy more performing in English now than in Spanish.
Really?
Because I feel the comedy in United States is like a little more evolved than in Latin America.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Like in Latin America, they're still laughing as like, haha, gay. That's the punchline.
Yeah.
And people enjoy it. Here it's like, yeah, we are. What is that? I don't.
In the back, they're like, ja, 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 ja. And I know it's been a while, but how long have you been doing comedy now?
Oh man, I started in 2016.
Oh wow.
So, I
okay.
started in 2016. I took a little bit of a break to get my teaching career going.
Yeah.
Like we discussed this before.
Yeah.
And like since 2020, it's been like on the up. It's been way more consistent.
Yeah.
I've been seeing myself evolve more with more opportunities and things like that. So yeah, it's been way more consistent these last 5 years. It's been really going. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, have you guys toured a lot with comedy, or is this kind of newer for you guys doing it together? Do you guys always do it together as well?
Oh no, we started the Melvin and Christian thing this year. It started off as like a small thing. It started off as like, okay, like, just trying to like take things into our own hands.
Mm-hmm.
And Christian and I were talking in like January. We have been talking about this since last year, like about us doing our own show.
Right.
And initially it was more like, okay, maybe we just do a showcase and we'll give each other like 10 or 15 at the end just to give ourselves longer sets. But then it went to like, no. Like we're gonna rent a space and like do like 30 minutes each, like really try to like tune ourselves to start like getting towards like being headliners.
Right.
And it started in April. We did a show at Red Room Comedy Club, which is a smaller club in Chicago. The total capacity is like 50 people.
I was gonna say, how many people? Like 50?
Yeah, like 50, and we sold like 30 tickets or something like that. So we had a decent crowd for
That's
it.
good. That's
Feels
good.
Yeah,
tight.
the third is good.
Yeah.
It feels super tight.
It's a small room, so it's like, if 30 people is more than enough. And we ended up taking that and like Christian released like basically we both released it.
Yeah.
Just put it out on YouTube.
Yeah,
Like,
whenever Marlon mentioned your special, I was like, damn, I gotta go check that out. Just because like having that out there for people to watch is always great to like refer to.
And it also like we did the show because we were like, no one is gonna give you the opportunity to do 30 until you prove you can do 30.
And there's it's a an infinite loop of how can you prove you can do 30 if you never get the chance to do 30.
Correct. It's funny you guys say that because that's honestly how we ended up here. Luckily, this man right here stuck with me from the very beginning because I've been doing the same thing about booking a venue, doing all this stuff, and people show up, and luckily I've been able to have great relationships with other people out of state like you guys and Marlon from Chicago, and I've just been building this whole network of everyone from out of state because everyone wants to tour, but it's just like certain areas in their hometowns, no one wants to feed into the home crowd. It feels like so other people are leaving, and Chicago is pretty busy. I know that
Chicago
for sure.
is busy.
It is super busy, but at the same time, like there's so much going on. It can be really difficult to like move tickets. Like there's so many people who start shows, and those shows last for 2 months, and like they do 2 shows and it never goes away.
Right.
That's even how we started. Like. When I was like about 2 years in, and I was like, and Christian and I had just met. We met at an open mic, and like maybe about a year later, I was just like, hey, bro, I'm tired of like only having like 2 shows a month if I'm lucky. Like, how about we start our own show? That way we can network, and we just start off like doing a typical showcase. Yeah. But we only did like 5 shows. Mm-hmm. The first one was really good. The second and third were. The 4th and 5th were great, and then the 6th one was terrible. You know what I mean? It's just like,
I know exactly what you mean, because like you just want to tell your jokes, do your 30 however you feel, but it's like it takes so much work just to get people to come here to do that. So like consistently, and we've been doing this venue and another venue. So starting off here, it felt like, am I even making the right decision with coming to this venue? Because I already built up some kind of network up there, but because we'd only have like 2-3 people in the crowd, but now I mean these it felt like. Like 40 people, it felt like. Probably it was really like 25 to 30 people.
Yeah, he went in. It was like 120, right?
The room was full to the brim.
On the balconies and everything. It was busted.
We have to let some people out.
The more you do them, and when you get talent like how we got now,
right.
The goal is for them to spread the word to bring back more people.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's all you can hope for, because at the end of the day, it's never consistent. No. In a lot of cases, like you see a lot in Chicago, there's so many shows, but there's so few venues that really just naturally attract an audience. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like places like Laugh Factory, Zany's Comedy Bar, pretty much any show, any day will have an audience.
Yeah. Also in Chicago, you fight Chicago. Like right now, if you make a show like this weekend in Chicago, people is like, oh, do I go to Tyler's show? Or do I go to Lollapalooza? And
there's like 20 other
and people
shows,
is like Lollapalooza. Like I'm not gonna go to this small show.
We went up there, and I mean every block had a line of people going to. There's like 30 taco places, and every one of them are lined up. So like it's like you're competing with everybody with all the time, and that's kind of why I feel like St. Louis only really has like Helium and Funny Bone, and there's a bunch of other littler ones. But like you guys like Zany's, Lincoln Lodge. There's a lot of bigger name clubs that just.
Their city is also
and that's just on clubs. Yeah. Also, you have bar clubs.
Yeah, you have tons of spots like Tight Ship.
That's probably what's hard for me to understand is how much bigger it really is.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to grasp because there's so much more comedy, but at the same time, since there's so much more comedy, there's so many more comedians fighting for these spots.
Yes,
you know what
tooth
I mean?
and nail.
And it's not and I know you guys see it here too. It's like not necessarily about how funny you are. It's more so about who you know.
Yeah,
it is.
And it's just like somebody you might have met the producer at an open mic, but he will definitely pick you. He or she will pick you. Will pick their homie over you because they know their homie's funny. Even if they saw you do good at that open mic or at a showcase, So you're always just kind of fighting for
They're going to send this to the bookers.
I'm going.
Yeah, feel free.
He told on everyone.
He being real.
Yeah, but in Chicago, like you did a bucket list, and there was like 5-6 coming for the bucket list. In Chicago, you'll do a bucket list. It will be 40 people.
Yeah, it would be fucking 30 people.
And sadly, I almost don't even do a bucket pool every show because I feel like when I mention it, no one puts their name in it. So whenever it's been brought up, it's almost like other people are telling people. And I'm like, look, there's tons of opportunity. This show was it felt like the longest show we've had in a while because it just was so many comics, and it was a great time. I mean, people were laughing so hard, it felt like they were tired of laughing towards the end, and I felt like because the jokes were so good, but I felt like the laughs just weren't there because everyone's so tired of
it. That's a balance.
Yeah, but they were having a good time, and they stayed.
Yeah, that's the part that I was like, I'm watching people, I'm like, all right, so they're just going to the bathroom, they're just getting a drink, cool, they're still staying.
Yeah, but something, like, that's why, I try to keep my shows like an hour 40, like max, because once you get like the 2-hour mark, like people are antsy, and you can have the funniest person in the world. You can have Dave Chappelle on stage, and people still might like be like, okay, like let's get this shit over with.
I've seen people leave at Dave Attell just because it was a late show and they were tired, and
exactly.
I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, our first show was an 11 p.m. show, and we definitely had that issue. Like,
later shows get less people, I think.
Yeah. Unless you're a big name or your show's at a big venue.
I was just about to say.
Depending on the day, because if it is like Sunday or like a weekday, people's like, I work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's why open mics for me at least is why I was like, well, at least I know I can perform whenever we got our shows, like how you're saying, because like some of the places you'll go and like you said, 40 people will fill up that sheet. So we'll go out there. It's 9:00 on a Wednesday. Everyone's got to work the next day, but you don't even get to go up, even though you put.
Yeah.
So that's why luckily I'm just like screw it. I want to do it the way this is, and it's just been growing into a great thing.
Yeah. And eventually, hold on before you go. Eventually, it's going to get to the point where you're going to have more people and less comedians, which is good. Yeah. That means,
more people, like more people here.
More people out there, and then instead of a lineup of what was like 10 of us today? I can't remember.
There was almost like 9.
Yeah,
nine,
it'd be like
10.
5 comedians. And that's like almost like the perfect show.
Yeah,
3 to 5.
3 to 5, yeah.
So, that also helps with fatigue.
But like you said, it comes with time. It's one of those things where, based on this area, like it's a small area, like this may be like the thing to do.
Right.
Like Christian and I, one of our another one of the Melvin and Christian shows we did was at a place. It was in Streeter, Illinois.
Wow.
And Streeter, Illinois is like kind of near Champaign.
Okay.
And like it's like a really
Ray.
rinky-dink poor suburb.
Yeah.
And like the 122 Club is like all they have in that town. So literally every single show is like now they've been doing comedy shows there for like 2 years. And like now since they've like people have like it's what they come to.
Yeah.
Like every time you do the show, like there's at least 30 people there because it's the only thing going on.
Right, and that's luckily the venue actually had a sign out on the street that was saying a comedy show, and I think that's probably how a good amount of these people have even seen just because they were driving up and down the street and seeing it. So there's a lot of other little towns that feed this. So it's
and this is like it's on the main street. This is like one of the main streets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I feel like it used to be a main street. Now there's like more streets that kind of like how you built like 67 or whatever, the highway. They don't use that highway anymore.
The Helium and Funny one is like, we have to make more streets. We gotta take this business out.
What? So sorry, I'm kind of getting sidetracked because no, you're fine. We're having a great conversation. I was like, I don't even know where to even go from here. But what is kind of like your best experience or worst experience, whichever one kind of.
Oh, okay.
Which one you'd rather talk about?
Okay, so I can do both, but like if you want, but like the worst experience that comes to mind for me is it was February of 2024. It was the second big black comedy show I had ever done. And I remember I usually host these shows, and my first, we did the first show in January. Host set went really, really good. So I'm like, okay, for the next show, I'm gonna do something similar, basically do the same shit. Like, and then I remember throughout the show, like my host set going shitty. All the comics did good, but my host set was bad. When I was trying to riff in between comics, like nothing was landing. And then I remember we had the closer go up, who was like a very well established comic in the city. He did really, really well, and me being stupid, I wanted to like get some type of laugh, so I tried to do a last like little joke after he went up, like after I was like about to end the show. And like I remember it was because the place we used to do was a small room. It was probably to about where that camera was, like a really small room.
Oh wow.
There was a black dude, like dark skinned black dude with his girlfriend. He like when I tried to tell that joke, he yelled out, "Bring Kumar back up here," because the closer was an Indian guy. Yeah, that was probably.
That's gotta hurt.
And, yeah,
that's gotta hurt.
It was a night of eating shit, and then he said that, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, like
I'm gonna take a week off.
Like
just
I'm gonna kill this nigga. Like he don't deserve to live anymore after disrespecting
Now
me.
he has to bleep this part because of you.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
it's okay. YouTube only waits for the first minute. We're past the first minute. We're good.
But yeah, and I would say quickly to say for the best, like I would say it would be me and Christian show at Red Room. Like it was my first time. Like I had done 22 and 24 and 25. So when I did 30 for the first time, it was like I was super duper nervous, but it felt good. Like I felt like for the most part my jokes landed, and it was like. It was just like a little badge of honor, like, okay, I can say I've done 30.
Right.
And now I got this video that says, hey, here's me doing 30.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm sure having that special, it's special to you.
Yeah,
and that's why.
It's special because it's like, it's not a matter of like, this is my best work, but it's like, this is my best work right now.
Yeah.
It's like a little timestamp in my comedy career, as opposed to like, waiting 12 years to do a stand-up special. It's like, no, like I'll drop this 30 minutes and it's like, this is some of the jokes I'm doing. A lot of these are the jokes I'm doing now if you see me on local showcases. So right now, these are my best jokes.
Yeah.
I like, it's just me like showing that I'm dedicated to my material.
Right.
Like, that's me.
Absolutely.
I'll start with the best. I believe I have two best. It's like the first time you do stand up and you feel like the coin like just landed of like this is what I like to do.
Yeah.
Like maybe it happened to you because like you did stand up 2016 and then in 2020 you're like no I need this. Like I believe the first time you do it and you feel like yeah, this is it. Like, this is what I needed. This is something like, I don't know. Some people do it with knitting or with whatever other activity, whatever hobby. Like, they surf for the first time and they're like, I love this shit.
Yeah.
The first time for me was like, I love this shit. I want to continue doing this shit. And the show, because like we have a lot of people like friends. Usually the first is friends, but my parents were here. They didn't know anything in English. Like, they don't know English, so they just like knew I was doing good because they hear other people laughing, so they would laugh. But at the end, they said like everybody, when they went out, they have to go out through the back. They were like, everybody that went out, I was like, oh, my parents are there. They came to us and they're like say something like, oh, your son is really good, your son is hilarious. And they told me that, and they were so proud. I can see in their eyes. I was like, that felt
really
good.
Cool. That's really cool, especially that language barrier too. Is like they're just like, oh, he's doing something. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something.
I believe it was the first time my parents were like, oh, this is not a hobby. Like, people really enjoy he's doing like a really crafty. So it felt good, like them being proud for me doing stand-up. Usually they're like, I'm doing stand-up. It's like, fuck. This was the first time I felt like, no, they're really proud of this moment. And
they saw the result of what you were doing.
And in another language, so they were like impressed. The worst, I believe, like one time I was in a club and the host was amazing host, but he took so much time. And he was like, okay, your next comic. And then he started one joke. And he did like 5 minutes. Like, oh, my bad. I just like sidetrack. Okay, the next comic.
Oh, man.
And then he did like 5 more minutes. And he was killing. He was killing all the time.
Yeah.
It was like 20 minutes before he bring me
I hate
up.
when they do that.
That's a big thing, like in black rooms in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, you'll get hosts that like will literally do 40 minutes over the course of the whole show.
Dude, it was like 20 minutes. And then like he like realized, okay, like I have to bring him, I have to hype up the people. He hyped the people up and they I bombed so
Oh my gosh. So
the people were like, we waited 20 minutes for this.
Mac showed up. He was supposed to be like one of the openers, and then he went up before me, and I was like, fuck, I feel like this set me up bad. Just like that's what I was like, shit. So I'm just like, oh man. So I know what that means. Like, I know how that feels like when you go after, and like there was a guy who came in, and I'd known this guy doing comedy for a while. Everyone looked forward to this guy. We had Ebony come in, and he knows Ebony.
Ebony's great.
She come in, and
I think I know Ebony.
She put her. Well, you probably know every Ebony if you type it in on Pornhub. But she came in last minute, kind of how Jenny Weaver did, and I mean, she stole the show from anyone.
Was that show I was on too?
At the Valley Park, and
She's
I
from
believe you were
California.
there. And
No, I saw her here.
Okay.
Last time we was here, she was here. She killed it here too. But yeah, go ahead.
It was just so crazy because like I know my buddy who's been doing comedy for a while is about to go up after her, and she's killing it. As she's killing it, I look at him and he's pacing because he knows he's about to go up after her. And I mean, the way he was able to just like her energy's high and she's very just here. He comes in and just is like, all right, let's just change the energy. And it was just like for someone who like I would have ate immediately just bad from the moment, but he was able to save it from after having to carry someone. And after the show, I just like leaned over. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like I didn't know she was gonna kill it. Like whenever he did.
It's like but this day like was because I was unexperienced and I don't know why he hyped me up at that much, but like I bombed so hard that I can see in people's faces like.
Wasn't that once one of the
Bring the
Spanish
host.
shows you were on, bro?
No, this is back in Venezuela.
Okay.
Minnesota, sorry.
Yeah, Minnesota.
So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up because.
Oh well, damn, we ain't gonna get my story, but it's cool.
No, my bad.
It's cool.
No,
it's only one black
Sheesh,
person.
I'm gonna cut that out. Marlon, what's your worst and best?
All right, okay. So my worst experience.
The worst when they didn't let me.
Right when they didn't let me tell my story. Okay.
But I didn't feel heard on the podcast.
Did not feel heard. He was like, we reached our DEI quota for the day.
Oh, well, that's my time. We gotta go, guys. All right.
Look, if you gotta cut it out later, that's fine. No, we're over time. But all right, I'll try to keep it quick. So my worst, and I recently started talking about this. I had made a TikTok about it. My worst set was in front of my family at a family reunion, 2017. I was super nervous because it's like a talent show, like a family talent show. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do comedy. I'm gonna do my comedy. This is why I really started on. I got a passion for it. I did terrible. I was hella nervous. I got drunk before I went on stage. Forgot part of the set, and none of the jokes were landing at all. Like none.
At that point, you were just talking shit on the family. And
That's what. You know what? That's what I should have did. I should have spilled all the family beans when I felt
Ricky,
like
you a bitch.
Right. Right.
Just shave your head. The rest of it's on the back of your neck.
Everybody know you touched Karen when she was little.
But they still bring you around the family. Ain't that some shit?
But yeah, that was terrible, and that's like the only experience I have of like bombing. Have I done sets where like certain jokes didn't land? Cool. I was always able to bring it back. Like if you ain't like that joke, by the end of the set, you gonna be laughing.
Right.
It's always a go. One of my hottest sets, or one of my favorite sets, I recently did this thing called Smokes and Jokes. It's produced by two of the St. Lunatics, if you know who those are, Keywan and Murphy Lee. So it's like a comedy special. They bring on local comedians and stuff like that. I had like 5 minutes. I killed it from start to finish. And one of the things about that is, like, as y'all saw today, when I do comedy, I like to take my time a little bit. So that one, okay, I'm like, I only got 5 minutes. I already know who the lineup is. All these guys are my colleagues. They all dope. So I had to modify my comedy in the way I present to be like, okay, like, get these jokes out, but, you know, still pace myself to the point where I'm not stepping on their laughs. But yeah, they was laughing from start to finish, got off stage, and it was a good night. So yeah.
Cut that part.
And that's the end.
Man, I wish we had more time. I really
It's
do.
all good.
We already talked about next year's dates and all that stuff, so we're definitely gonna have you guys back. So one more time, you guys want to do your social medias, because I'll have them all up in text. I'm Tyler the Comic.
You can follow me at Sensei Millie.
Mine's Blah Blah Mayer with BLAMEYER.
Nobody cares.
I know, but it's like, it was my last name. I had to change it. Blah Blah Mayer.
Gotcha. I'm Marlon Mack. Follow me on Instagram at MacLyric, MacLyric, or just type in comedian Marlon Mack. It'll pop up. That's me.
Yes, sir.
Just say, like,
Thank
no
you guys for
one
tuning in. Check us out at our next show. You guys have a good one.